Hello and welcome to another LEGO Bootleg review. This is Bozhi Minifigures Series 1, 16 in 1. This is the big box. And just for comparison, here's the official Series 1. Yes, I have one of these. I bought these when they first came out, and I know they're worth quite a bit these days, a full set anyway, and I do have a full set. And I will be comparing, just like the title says up there somewhere, or this is the distant future where YouTube has changed again. The title somewhere, or no title, it says, comparison. Front of the box, got Zombie and the diver there, and to zoom back here, the side of the box, Cheerleader and Caveman, Ninja, Spaceman, Indian, Native American, and you got the tester, vehicle test dummy, and clown. And you open this thick box. You see, he's super thick. These thick lines there. You got all these tiny boxes. So I'll just get one of those out because they're all the same, except for one little detail. They actually tell you what number you're getting on the side. So these are not blind backs. One box does contain all 16, so if you get the big box, you will get all of them. But if you're gonna buy these into like bulk, like just random bits, or you want to buy a certain character in bulk, you're gonna want to check out the number. And for example, for me personally, I would want bulk numbers of 5, which is the zombie, and bulk numbers of 7, which is the robot. Those would be bulks I would want. So they have numbers on here, however, here's a front box anyway. However, the leaflet inside does not have numbers printed on them, so if you don't have knowledge of the original miniseries, you have no idea which number means what. So you're just going to remember from the first time you open the box. Anyway, here's the official packaging. You see, they pretty much use the same art. The cover art of these packets, you can get all the individual images online, which is what they did. They just kind of put it in the same precision as the original bag, just a bit different. And of course, it's a flat print and not a metallic print like the metallic wrapper. And the back is just the same. Side number, top says MiniFigure. And and all these boxes are the same size as the general bootleg box sizes. If you want to take a closer look at the box art and the leaflet and photoshop of the figures, please feel free to head over to the Flickr link in the video description below. So here's what the leaflet looks like inside. Like I said, does not have any numbers in there, which is, well, weird. So there you go. And here's the official leaflet. See, it's just the color is a bit different, but the layout is overall the same, and of course it just looks a tiny bit different. And the back is almost identical, but again, just a tiny bit different. So I'll fold up that official leaflet back up, fold up the bootleg leaflet back up, and stick that back in the box somewhere. Right. So figure comparison time. We are going to follow the order of the original minifigs. Zoom. Okay, so the first one is the Native American or Indian. Yes, there we go. And see, the official one is, yeah, the official one has spare piece, so he's not supposed to have two, so that one's accurate, but you know, the official just had a spare piece. The white is whiter on that plastic, whereas it's a bit yellow. There's Lego on it. And yeah. See, the torso print is almost identical. Yeah, pretty much identical. I think the blue is a little bit out of line. Black lining on his legs is a bit thicker, but that's about it really. Face print is almost the same, but the skin color is a bit more orangey, which a bit redder. So it's accurate, you know, because Native American is a bit redder skin color. So the plastic on the other is a bit redder. The clothing plastic is almost the same, and yeah, no back print on both of these. Now it's quite interesting that they've what they've done is with the what they've done here is that these things are sort of a rubbery soft plastic compared to the hard ones of the official Lego, but which is fine. It's just different, but it's not bad or anything. And just to see inside, that's what it looks like inside. Quite different from official Lego. The torso, the legs, it's the same. Another thing to note is none of these legs have pegs on little bars. They're just smooth tubes. So So even though that sounded like it clicked in, because the plastic is a bit bigger on the end, but it doesn't have an actual bar in there. And if I was to unplug one of these hands, let's see, come on, here we go. Come on, hand, come out. Okay, put them back there. See the hands inside just use the standard peg system, but it's a bit of a longer one, which they stay in there fine and they move tight enough, but some of these figures, the arms does wobble a little bit because it's a bit loose. Nathan American, go! Next we have the Cheerleader. There she is. Official Cheerleader. Ooh. And yeah, Bootleg Cheerleader has a severe sunburn on her legs. Once again, she looks orange, more orange. Face is a bit different. Hair color is a bit different. No side prints on the legs. She does. The official one does. Extra yellow line. Pompons are a darker blue and also missing a bit of paint. Like the spray paint printer didn't manage to get in those little gaps. So again, it's just color slightly different. It also looks like she's the bootleg's a bit taller. And one thing to note is with every character like her, she has yellow arms. The hands are a lot more orangey as the usual style. And there's also a few figures with different. All these figures come together. They all always have at least one spare. Just out of randomly, they'll have two spares. And so you really need those second spares because if you only have one of the spares, like if you only have the standard number of one spare each, you do not have enough yellow hands to swap with the really orangey hands from the yellow arm minifigures. So the Cheerleader has a really orange hand. Look here, look, that's a lot more orange than the yellow arm. I think the camera doesn't not quite picking up, but it's a lot more orange than the arm. So I decided to have the Cheerleader have that hand because she's always holding a pom-pom anyway, and it covers it up. So and it's weird, and some of these hands are also a different shape. It's almost as if Bozhi used different factory suppliers for different figures. So the quality is very uneven. Overall they feel okay, but there's one type of hand which looks just a lot cheaper and would snap a lot easier. And like I said, all the yellow armed characters have really orange hands. So, and I was lucky enough to have a few extra spare yellow hands to go around, so Caveman only had to use one orange hand on one of these figures. So Caveman here, I swapped his hands around with, you know, more traditional yellow hands. You see here, his print is pretty good. I think his face is different size because his mouth actually fills up the little gap in the hair area. If I pull that off, and put that off, you see his head is very similar. Just a bit squished, like sideways, horizontal, no, vertical squish. But yeah. Torso print is also pretty good. Leg print is pretty good. His club is shiny, whereas the official one is, you know, like matte. And also has some like text printed on it, plastic. So next we have the clown and official clown. Here we go. And they both have the same accessories, but this one's just printed a little bit better. The black's a bit off there, and the plastic is more of a flat color. Leg print is on the bootleg is atrocious. It's a lot sharper on the official, but the face print and torso print are pretty decent. I think the color, the shape is just slightly off, and the color is also slightly off. And then we have the zombie, which finally we actually have proper bootleg zombies. Plants vs Zombies don't count because they're not like they're really crap, and they're not really proper zombies because they attack plants and stuff. But anyway, yeah, he's done oh well. He's got a really greasy chicken leg instead of dry chicken leg. Has the same accessories. Again, leg print of him is actually not bad compared to the clown. That was really bad. Torso print's okay. He has a bit of a mark on his face, which is annoying, but overall he's pretty good. So if you're trying to build a zombie army, definitely try and get a lot of these. This is number 4, I think. Zombie? No, the zombie's number 5. Next we have Skateboard Kid. He does have a skateboard. And the wheels don't really move too well. There he is. The official one is here. Oops. There he is. The plastic is slightly off the green. But the head's over. The head is more glossy, and also looks like that the machine didn't quite capture all the details from the hair, so it's a bit blurry. So he's got like greasy hair. You go there, you greasy haired freak. Next we have the robot, which is super cool. I think this robot's super cool. Here's the official one. Note that the helmet and the arm are metallic. You know, they've been painted in the metallic color, whereas the bootleg's just standard grey. But the torso print is almost identical. I give them credit for that. And the leg print is pretty good with all the little circles. They are a bit bigger than the official, the little circles. If I take the helmet off, both these come off quite easily. You can see the head is also pretty good. They did mirror the eyes though. If you see his right, so our left, the bootleg's right eye is flipped over and the left is just a bit blurry. So yeah. There you go, get back on there. YouTube. There we go. After robot it's test dummy. And here's the official test dummy. Does have the same plaque, just stuck on his head, so that's fine. The plaque's fine. Wrench is fine. Figure again, he's a bit more orangey than the official, but the overall print is pretty identical, because I can't really mess up here because you only really have black and a bit of silver, so don't mess up there. And then it's Magician. Here's the bootleg Magician. The white on his stick is badly painted. It's like you just dipped it in there randomly. And the official Magician is here. Again, torso print's way better. And he also has an extra piece of hair, whereas the bootleg does not have any hair. He just comes with that. And because the Magician stick is a lot better painted, like, even though it's just a stick with white tips. This has to go. Keep going forward to the side. And then we have the wrestler champion. Here's the official one. They both have capes. The cape is not in one of the plastic bags, it's in the box, so when you open the box, do check the bottom for the cape or else you lose it. And yeah, the white dots on his mask is nowhere near as clear as the official, and the leg print is nowhere as clear as the official, and the yellow gold print on his belt is a bit lighter color, and the black lining is a lot thinner, and the official is a lot thicker. So again, it's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just different. And then we have the nurse, because you know, someone's just been wrestling, they've been hurt, they need the nurse. She comes with a syringe, which is soft rubbery plastic, unlike the official ones, and also that sign, just as the sign prints are pretty close. I honestly can't tell the difference too much. Face print's pretty good. Again, the skin color is a bit more orange than the official, but the torso print's actually almost perfect here. I think it's slightly squashed and slightly off-centered, but apart from that, it's almost identical. Almost. Black Ninja, cool. Yeah, official Ninja also came with 2 swords. Again, matte hats instead of a glossy one on the bootleg. And the face, I think the bootleg has a lot thicker eyebrows than the official. But the yellow is actually okay on this one because he's dressed in black, so overall, you know, you don't really notice. The black makes the yellow look lighter in color anyway. And then we have Space Guy. Let's see, where's my Space Guy? There he is. The helmet on the bootleg actually pops out a lot higher than the official one, so it's covering part of his expression. And it's also a lot tighter. You gotta get this on an angle to get the head out. Yeah, the neck clutch is not tight enough for the helmet, so you can pull that off. The transparent bit is a bit foggy. The gun is almost the same color, transparent blue, has more bubbles in it. But the torso, the head print's pretty identical. I think the black line's thicker. And the leg print's actually not bad, and torso print is really close to the official. This one's actually, aside from the helmet issues being a bit too high, like that little peg there is way too long, so the helmet gets pushed up a little bit, and that's not good. But other than that, it's pretty good fig. Next we have a Robin Hood character, again the rubbery what do you call it? Arrow? No, quivers the bow. I forget. But one problem here, you see, look at there's a little bit of white plastic there. That's because it's too tight for this peg to peg in. It's stretching the plastic. Here's the official. Again, print is pretty much spot on. It just looks a bit different. The shape is a bit off center and a bit resized. And then we have the diver right here, and here's the official one. Again, torso print is actually pretty good, and so is the head print. However, he does have an issue. First of all, this thing here, the scuba gear, air tank, it feels a lot more fragile and a lot easier to snap than the official. His neck, it's the head's fault this time. The head clutch is so poor that once this helmet goes on, it's going to be really hard to get his head back out. You need to use a really tight, like one of these other bodies with a tight neck, like bigger neck, and you need to stretch this helmet on an angle to pull it out. So this head's going to be stuck in there for a while until we use one of the better necks. And finally we have the Cowboy. Silver and print is pretty good, just like the official, but the beard is less detailed, the dots are a lot smaller and less clear. And the shape of his belt buckle is a bit squished, so it looks like overall it's a bit squished, but the color is pretty much spot on. So, let's move all this forward and put wrestler in there, and then let's see if I can get a whole row in one go. Push them a bit to the side. There we go, come on, move up. There we go. So yeah, Bozhi MiniFigure Series 1. It's not bad at all. However, I do hope that you're really lucky to get all the extra yellow hands that are not that orange to replace the yellow armed characters. And supposedly the shopkeeper said they're gonna go through all the miniseries and catch up. On these figures on their own, they're not really that bad. If you have the official to compare them to, then you can really spot the differences. But if you don't have the official, you can't really spot the differences at all. If you have like normal Lego figures around, then you can spot the color difference with the yellow. But apart from that, they're pretty spot on, the copies. And of course, we know that if you go online and try to get the official series 1 to 5, they're really expensive these days, especially for a full set. So you might want to consider trying to get, because the more common figures from Series 1 are still quite cheap. It's mostly just a few odd figures that are really rare. So if you can try and get those and then maybe use the Bozhi to fill in the gaps, you might be happier that way. But if you're quite happy with the quality here, they're not that bad for the price you're paying for. I paid 100 Hong Kong for this full set, which is pretty much like 10 times cheaper than the official. And you know, they're not blind bags, you know what you're getting. All the figures are produced with the same amounts, and no figure is rarer than the other ones. And so you know, some of these are good for army building as well. So this is actually a pretty good set for so cheap. So I would definitely recommend it. But you do have to like be mindful of some of the cheaper plastic bits. Like some of these hands look a bit weird, and on some of these figures. And for example, some of them, the quality control and the clutch power isn't that even. So it's something to consider, but it's so cheap, and it's probably might be the only way for you to be able to afford the Minifigure Series 1. And it's good that Minifigure Series 1 and 2, I remember how many series don't have back printing, which means it's a lot easier for the bootlegs to get away with making an almost identical copy. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below. Guys, take care and have a nice day. Bye.